I wasn't supposed to be home that early. It was just one of those random days. My manager told us we could leave a few hours early because a client meeting got canceled. I remember sitting in my car for a second thinking, what do I even do with free time like this? Then I smiled. I'll surprise her. I even decided to pick up the kids myself. I never do that on weekdays. My wife usually handles school pickup because she works from home. When I showed up at school, my daughter ran to me. "Dad, what are you doing here?" "Thought we'd surprise Mom," I said. They were excited the whole ride home, laughing, talking about their day. My son kept saying, "She's gonna freak out." I wish that was the only freaking out that happened. When we turned onto our street, I noticed it immediately. A car I didn't recognize, parked directly in front of our house. Not down the block, not across the street, right in front. It wasn't there that morning. I slowed down as I pulled into the driveway. My daughter noticed I went quiet. "What's wrong?" "Nothing," I lied. Maybe it was a delivery guy, maybe a neighbor, maybe I was overthinking, but something in my chest tightened. We walked up to the front door together. The kids raced each other to the steps like always. The door was unlocked. That wasn't unusual. She's home all day. We stepped inside, and that's when I heard it. A man's voice, laughing. Not from the TV, not from outside, from our living room. My heart started pounding so hard I could feel it in my ears. My son looked up at me. "Dad, who's that?" I didn't answer. I just walked forward slowly. Every step felt heavier than the last, and then we turned the corner. Time stopped. My wife was standing near the couch, in her underwear, and next to her was a tall black man I had never seen before. He wasn't across the room. He wasn't near the door. He was close, too close. The room went completely silent when they saw us. My wife's face drained of color. The man stiffened instantly. My daughter gasped behind me. My son just stared, confused. My wife grabbed a pillow instinctively, like that somehow fixed the situation. "Wait, it's not what you think." I swear, that sentence echoes in slow motion when you hear it in real life. Because what exactly was I supposed to think? My kids were standing behind me, watching their mother half-dressed in front of another man inside our home. I felt heat rush through my body. Anger, shock, humiliation. But stronger than all of that, protectiveness. My daughter squeezed my hand tighter. "Dad!" That broke me. I didn't yell. I didn't swing. I didn't even step toward him. I just looked at her and said quietly, "Go put some clothes on." She started crying immediately. "Please, just listen to me. He's the new neighbor. He just moved in 2 houses down. I was helping him understand some documents. We were talking. I spilled some coffee on myself and I changed quickly. That's all." The words were coming out fast, desperate. The guy raised his hand slightly. "Man, I swear this isn't what it looks like." But everything in that moment looked exactly how it shouldn't. I bent down slightly toward my kids. "Go wait in the car." They didn't argue. They just walked quietly. That silence from them hurt more than anything. My wife followed me toward the door, crying, "Please don't leave like this. Please don't take them. Nothing happened. I promise you." I turned around and looked at her. "You don't get to explain this in front of them." And I walked out. The drive was silent, too silent. Halfway down the road, my son finally asked, "Dad, is Mom in trouble?" My throat felt tight. "No, Mom's not in trouble." My daughter asked softly, "Why wasn't she dressed?" I had no answer. How do you explain something when you don't even understand it yourself? I drove to my brother's house. That night was chaos. My phone wouldn't stop vibrating. Calls, texts, voice messages. She kept saying the same thing.
He just moved in 2 houses down. She was helping him understand some documents. They were talking, she spilled some coffee on her shirt earlier, that's all. But the image wouldn't leave my head. Her standing there, him that close, my kids behind me, that look on their faces. The next day, after I'd cooled down a little, I agreed to meet her, alone. She showed me everything. Texts from the neighbor introducing himself earlier that week, emails about job leads, photos of the spilled coffee on her shirt from earlier, even the neighbor's moving paperwork she'd been helping review because I work in contracts. And slowly, painfully, the logical part of my brain started catching up. Maybe nothing physical happened. Maybe it truly was terrible timing. Maybe it was just an innocent situation that looked absolutely horrible. But here's what people don't understand. Even if nothing happened, trust still cracks. Because when your kids see something like that, you don't just rewind it. You don't just erase that image. We're in counseling now. We talk more. We communicate more. And I had to admit something hard about myself. The speed at which my mind jumped to betrayal, that came from my own fears. Fear of losing my family. Fear of not being enough. Fear that something good can disappear without warning. Maybe she made a bad judgment call being that comfortable. Maybe I let my imagination run too fast. But I'll never forget that moment. Walking into my own living room, seeing my wife barely dressed next to another man, and feeling my kids grip my hand like their world just shifted. That's a feeling you don't shake easily. And whether something happened or not, that day changed us.